Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Parker with it. And the starting group for the Spurs. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Duncan. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
It can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players. Passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Well, getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Parker with the steal. Irving against Duncan, and stolen by Love. Pass to James. From deep. The shot is off, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. Leonard against Shumpert. Knocks it loose. Shumpert with the steal. The numbers in their favor. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Mozgov.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Duncan, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Love. Shot clock at 6. Back to Irving. Parker with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. The second chance effort. And Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got his first basket of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Irving from long range, and that one's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Love kicks to Mozgov. Outside jumper. And it's Love penetrating. He dishes it to Mozgov. Just 4 to shoot. No good on the triple. San Antonio leading by 5. Green passes to Aldridge. Parker with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Irving against Green. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. And it's good. It's time running down on the shot clock. Aldridge has got his first 2 points. The drive by James. Left side, Irving. Rebound by Parker. Spurs have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And Green gets it to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's LeBron following the bucket by the Spurs. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Parker against Irving. Parker dishes to Leonard. LeBron with the block. They retain possession. Aldridge kicks to Leonard. Got a piece of it. Mozgov with the steal. James outside. Feeds it to Irving. It's a pick by Love. Irving passes to Love. Back to Irving. That falls. Great assist by Love. And that's 10 points for Kyrie Irving. And watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And talking about Love, last season was a tricky one for him. So much of his post offense was taken away by the Cavs scheme, so he just made up for it by averaging the second most threes of his career.
Bergeau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
You know, for Kevin Love, last season was the first time as a pro that he's been asked to defer on offense. Not just to LeBron, but to Kyrie as well. You can bet he and Chris Bosh now have a lot to talk about.
Now here is Verjao. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Diaw kicks to Ginobili. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for LeBron. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Thompson, left side. West against Jefferson. Back to Thompson. Kicks to Verjao. He feeds it to Smith. Just 3 to shoot. Launches a 3. Nice D from Ginobili. From deep three-point range. Shot is no good. Smith with a wide open look. And no good trying to get that one. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Spurs out in. And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career. We heard from teammate Manu Ginobili about what Tim's meant. Well, as Manu and Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. And listen, let's give him a little more credit, Manu. He's got 5 rings now, you know, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Mo Williams out there with Smith. And it's Jefferson in at the small forward. And he gets it to go.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Parker against Irving. Ginobili dishes to Parker. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. 11 points for Parker.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Ginobili the pass to Diaw. Leonard attacking.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built out the lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
That Kia Slam Jam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Kevin Love's checked in for Varejao. Bron comes in for Richard Jefferson. And Shumpert in there for Smith. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Parker dishes to Duncan. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Irving. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Irving, good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
And they're pushing it up. And LeBron throws it down home.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
And that one is hammered home.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. San Antonio's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And here we go. Fast break. Love's got it. Shumpert passes to James. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. And stolen by LeBron. That's tipped, and that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Mo Williams is checked in for Cleveland. West is checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Leonard. LeBron dishes to Mozgov. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. And so it's San Antonio with it. They trail by 1.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Green gets it to go.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Williams kicks to Mozgov. There's the killer two-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And how much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
San Antonio making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. And 1:01 left in the second quarter. Mozgov passes to Dellavedova. Kicks it out to LeBron. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
A different look now for Cleveland. Verajao comes in for Mozgov. And Smith subbed in for James. 52 seconds left in the first half. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Down low. West dishes to Mills. San Antonio again missing.
In talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
Smith drives in. Love outside. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Tristan Thompson. Richard Jefferson.
Here's Verajao. Here's Smith, plenty of space. And it's, wow, he nails. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out of the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
On the court right now for the Spurs, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in at the pivot, manning the middle. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. This is to Mozgov. Passes it to Love. And there's the feed to LeBron. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Ball going up court. Here's Love. Irving passes to Mozgov. Launches it. LeBron with another miss. Spurs trail by 7. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That's his first foul. Here is Parker. 11 points in the game. A 3 from Leonard.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
No one near James as he lets it go. And another miss by Cleveland. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Green's got 8 points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third. And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
Love kicks to Irving. Outside jumper. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
6 on the shot clock. James against Green. The drive by James, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. San Antonio calls timeout. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trades, and that got them going, I think. It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
The 15-footer, and there's Mozgov. That's good on the assist by James. And that's now 6 points for Timothy Mozgov. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Outside, Green. Back to Aldridge. He dishes it to Leonard. Launches a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
All right. Go.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And that one's good, James.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Leonard attacking. Aldridge dishes to Parker. There's the pass to Green. For the tie, they get the rebound. Cleveland leading by 3. To the middle, here's LeBron, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play. Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Irving against Leonard. Irving attacking. The dish to Mozgov. Leonard with the steal. A minute 42 left in the third. Duncan, the pass to Green. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. By himself. And the dunk by LeBron.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 16 points for Parker.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Irving kicks to Mozgov. Back to Irving. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Shumpert. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
There's 38 seconds left in the third. Green dishes to Duncan. Back to Green. The tray. Poked loose.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Outside jumper. 12 seconds left in the third. Outside Leonard. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. The fadeaway. And that's not going to go. And that doesn't. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Spurs trail by 5. Thompson and Verija at the 4 and 5. J.R. Smith out there with Mo Williams. And it's Jefferson in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Cavaliers shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Verija with it. Leonard picks him up. Back to Jefferson. The rebound by the Spurs.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Good. Mills has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Jefferson passing to Thompson. Williams kicks to Verija. All alone. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And that's now 6 points for Anderson Verija. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Outside Leonard. It's Ginobili outside. Thompson with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 5. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break. But for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
San Antonio calls timeout. San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark. It's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19 Still not too bad.
A moment to check in with Doris Spurs. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
And for the Spurs, on the road, it was the scoring. They were so good at home, but scored 8.5 points less per game on the road. That was the biggest margin in the NBA.
Ginobili, that's good.
That fast break three is one of his favorite shots. He's never afraid to pull it up from deep.
It's Jefferson with the drive. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Richard Jefferson.
In for your Cavaliers, Matthew Dellavedova.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. On the wing, Williams, covered by Mills. A shot by Johnson, and no one's around.
Boy, it's been a long time since the Spurs had a losing record on the road, so there aren't any concerns for them. I mean, they've never had a losing road record since Tim Duncan was drafted. Wow, that's back to 1997.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
And Diaw kicks it to West. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. A three from Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of fall.
Look at that.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Mills can't hit. And here's Cleveland. They're on an 11-3 run. Pushing it up. In the corner, Smith with it. And it's off from three-point range.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
He rifled that one in from distance. 10 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Love checked in for Thompson. James comes in for Smith. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Irving subbed in for Williams. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for West. Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw. Daniel Green, who's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
There's Parker with the three. Love grabs the board. Love's got his third rebound on the night. Puts up the baby hook. And LeBron with the nice bucket inside. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Irving dishes to Love. To the inside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Irving. The rebound by the Spurs.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Cavaliers.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for James. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili is checked in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
And San Antonio has possession, stolen by Varejao. Thompson for three. And it's Thompson again missing. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Varejao. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi. Kevin, well, LeBron, after a first half that looked like it could go either way, what was the difference maker down the stretch in this game?
Well, defensively, we stepped up. That's what it's all about with our team. We know we get stops, we get a better opportunity to get a win and execute offensively.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.